What's up, guys? My name's Captain Dave and welcome to Spider-Man Edge of Time. Now, if you've been a subscriber of mine for any length of time, you'll know I'm a huge fan of Spider-Man, and if you doubt it, then I can prove you wrong with the giant Spider-Man tattoo I have down my left arm. Yes, you heard me correct. But yeah, just finished playing through this game, and I've got to say I absolutely love it. It's the first at least new Spider-Man game I've played from Marvel in a very long time, and it's got me back into the franchise. I haven't played since the very first 3 Spider-Mans that related to the movies. One of the biggest fan of them, but this one has definitely brought me back. I absolutely love this game. I think it's fantastic, and as you can see, I've already got a completed file there. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to start up a new save file, and we're going to jump this one off right from the start. So let's go.
Eddie Brock, listen to me! Eddie! This isn't you!
No choice!
Eddie! You're not a killer anymore, don't you get it? You're not in your right mind!
And if there's something I liked about this game was the fact, instead of like starting you off against small enemies to learn your combos and stuff like that, they start you off right in the deep end with a boss fight right at the very start. And that's how you learn your combos. But as you can see, neither one of us have any health, so it is still just a sort of like a training area. So don't worry about getting hit too much at the start.
I'm not boarding this train, Eddie. I'm sure not the engineer driving it right now.
Hang on, Parker. Just hold him off another few seconds. I'm almost there.
Oh my God! Powers. You can't.
Of course I can. Don't drag this out!
You had no reason.
I didn't need a reason, other than to make it easier to kill you.
O'Hara, it looks like you called it.
Let's finish this now. Parker! Parker, are you there? Peter! Peter!
I keep trying to tell myself that I'm just jealous of Walker Sloan's progress. It was only 5 years ago that he first showed up at Alchemax talking about harnessing energy from the 4th dimension. Now he won't stop until he's running the place. I know his type. He's thinking beyond Alchemax, aiming towards who knows what. He's the exact type of corporate monster I've sworn to rein in. Especially if he's mucking with time travel. The year 2099 might not be much, but it's all mine. And he's not going to change it. He's been siphoning Alchemax resources into converting the Gateway and the old virtual unreality lab into something else. Something dangerous. I've tried talking to him, but he's got no time for Miguel O'Hara. He will make time for Spider-Man. Just use the convenient access to the ventilation system to get inside, and then Walker and I can have a little chat. Whatever Sloan's up to, I've got to shut it down before he gets in over his head and drags everyone and everything down with him. See, they've been keeping busy in the cybernetics division. That's a lot of shocking robots down there. During the day, as Miguel O'Hara, Alchemag's geneticist, I could have walked right in. But at night, the security protocols kick in. The genetics lab. Without that department, I wouldn't be the man I am today. Sloane's gotta be around here somewhere. I just know it. You'd think the largest tech developer in the world could afford to carpet their air ducts for extra comfort. There you are.
Holographic assistant online. How may I serve you, Mr. Sloan?
Hello, Joseph. Run a final check and initiate security bioscans.
Preparing systems, Mr. Sloan. This won't take long.
And yes, folks, you read that right. That was Val Kilmer voicing that guy. But yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, this who we're playing with right now is the 2099 Spider-Man, which is O'Hara, which is nothing to do with Peter Parker. It's just a Spider-Man from the future.
Slow down, Miguel. Take your time. Don't want to get caught here.
And as far as I know, from the best of my knowledge, you can just crawl at full pace here. You don't have to actually slow down. But
Stark Fujikawa Industries is going to take over this entire corporation as someone steps up to direct it.
You're the only one who thinks outside the box enough to do it, sir.
Yes, Joseph, I know.
I knew he was up to something.
yeah, but as far as I know, you can't actually catch up with him, so I won't worry about having to slow down or speed up. Just keep going full pace. It should be fine.
I'm almost embarrassed it took me so long to come up with it. I simply go back in time and launch Alchemax years before it was originally founded. Not only can I remake Alchemax in my image,
But you can dismantle Stark Fujikawa before it gets started. You're a genius, sir.
I programmed you well, Joseph.
Although, to be honest, I'm not really up for testing that theory, so I'm going to take it a little slow just in case.
Oh no, you don't get away from me that easily.
I failed to see how he was getting away there, but oh well.
Of course, the CEO will want me to have that degree of power. He's all about power, but he won't have anything to say about it by the time I'm done.
Another sensory tripwire thing you got to dodge. Basically, it's pretty simple. You just go where the big flashing lights on. Nothing too major. Although this is the first game I've played in which I am 2099 Spider-Man, I've got to say, from playing it,
Yep, he's heading for his time research lab, all right. There's an access point near the generator.
from playing as him, I'm a huge fan of him. I found this just, I don't know, it's just something about him I really enjoy. And these little things, you want to buy, you want to grab as many as these ones and these as you can, because they are little sort of like points as you sort of go up in the top right corner, and it means you can buy upgrades to make old Spider-Man better. And here we go, you've got your blue ones, which are the portal energy, which are the little purpley things you see, or the big blue crystal-y ball things. They're used to buy and upgrade combat abilities. You got the red ones, which are the healing energy, which replenish health. And if you can look for them, little golden spiders are used for upgrading health, shield, and stamina. They're quite rare finds. Some of them you get just from beating a certain amount of enemies. Sometimes you have to find them, and you always know when they're going to be, because as you see there, a little golden spider indicator will go up when you're near one. It's a matter of finding them. Quite often they're in difficult places to get, kind of like hidden packages in something like GTA, or you know, the kind of shindig with games. But yeah, so let's get the thing on the way. Do a nice little double jump to get up and over that. As you can see, there's no little spider trace going on yet, so it should be alright. And now I've got a web sling and just grab some of these. And I missed them, but I can't be bothered to go back for them, because at this point I really don't have to worry about grabbing too many. You want to try and bulk up on them, but I mean, when it's stuff like that, I wouldn't bother swinging back and forth trying to get one of them. If you miss them, just miss them.
Gateway activation succeed. Time travel ready in 60 seconds.
No way.
Yes, way. But yeah, one of the biggest mistakes I always make on web slinging is which I've got to say I definitely like in this one, which they didn't do in the other ones, was in like the old Spider-Man games, the really old ones. You could just like hold R2 and you'd web sling all the way across. But in this one, you actually have to let go of R2 to get your next swing going. Else you'll just swing back and forth, which I think is really good. And if you hold circle on this thing, it gets you points. Anytime you see a terminal lit up, hold circle next to it. It gets you loads of points and health upgrades and stuff like that. But something I used to always do with the swinging, I used to always web swing and jump. But in this one, they've sort of made it so it's better if you don't jump unless you've got to the end of the web swing. Because obviously if you jump, you tend to miss these little orbs that they've had placed out for you along the way. But yeah,
This thing's almost fully charged and I don't have a clue how to shut it down. Only chance is to get to the lab before it's too late.
yeah, I'm pretty terrible when it comes to grabbing these sorts of things. See, there we go. Boy, come and get up on the ledge for me, mate. I'm terrible at jumping on these things. Whoop, let's just web sling up to it, that'll be quicker. There we go. Thank you very much. But yeah, there you go, these are one of the little golden spiders. Obviously they're not that easy as the game goes about. This is kind of like the tutorial stage. But yeah, I'm terrible.
Get there in time. He could actually pull this off, go into the past and tamper with who knows what.
I still don't know how these little things, these little lights you can web zip onto, but while you're mid-air, I still actually don't know how to web zip onto them when I'm in mid-air, but it doesn't tend to hinder me too much in the game, so I can't be bothered to figure it out, to be honest. But there you go. Web crawling and camera angles still can be a pain in the butt, but then it always has been ever since the very first Spider-Man game. But it's just part of the game. And they say, look, little computer here, hold circle against it. Loads of little blue orbs, and every little bit counts. No, let's run through the door here.
Almost at Walker's lab.
Anytime one of these little circle things come up, basically means if you click R2, you can web zip right over to that bad boy. Which comes in handy. Especially in boss fights and boss battles and stuff when you're trying to get away from people. Oh, he fell off. There we go. And last time, I jumped down, if you press down, it's not letting me do it yet because obviously I haven't activated it, but you can use your Spidey sense, and it tells you which the right way to go is. So if there's, say, 2 doors to go through, and it tells you to go through one door, then I would suggest going through the other one, because the odds are it's like an upgrade, like I just got there, which was like a little spider thing. So I know for a fact I'm supposed to be going down that hole right now, so checked over there, that was where I come from, so we are going down the big bad hole. Grab some of them, whoop, and down we go.
Get back here!
here. It started back then. Back around Peter Parker's time. And he can't fix it. Because he's gonna be dead.
It's an abomination is what it is. Am I the only newspaper man in the city that realizes what a menace that webhead is?
Oh, Jonah, indoor voice, okay? I'm trying to get Mary Jane on the phone.
People lionizing that freak. Next thing you know, there'll be a musical about him with a chorus line of dancing Spider-Man.
I'd pay to see that. Oh, Mary Jane, hi. Go see a show. MJ, I would love to, but I'm working with Dr. Octavius in the genetics lab on a DNA project. I had to download a sample of my own DNA into the permanent Alchemax genetic files. I'm still waiting for some test results.
Permanent files, huh? Great, so 100 years from now we can clone you.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, how about I come there and we grab a late dinner afterward, okay, Tiger?
Sure, it's okay. Anything for you, babe. And I love when you call me Tiger. It's like a blast from the past.
He did it. That lunatic actually did it. I saw it all.
Intruder in Time Research Lab. Maximum force can be used.
Okay, now the masses of stories are underway. I can get back to what it is, and this is where the point where we go through and we learn all the Spider-Man's powers, because each dimension Spider-Man has a different sort of power. And where like Spider-Man has his spider sense and his reflexes, this guy moves so fast he leaves a decoy where he once stood. So, boom. Which makes it very easy to play with this guy. As you can see, Spider-Man 2099 is so fast that it seems he can be in two places at the same time. If you press L2 to confuse your foes with an accelerated decoy, and it basically means you press it and everything attacks where you used to be, and you can run up behind them and hit them in the butt. And it's a beautiful way to defeat enemies.
They're great. Robot sentries. Not sure I can take them.
And where they're shooting at me.
Draw them off. Move fast enough to distract them with some decoys.
And where they're shooting at me, I need them to blow up this. So if I lay a decoy, it blows up the door for me. But where I was too busy talking, I ended up getting hit in the butt myself. Anyway, major fight scenes. Let's do this.
You're done.
Yeah, I've got to say, something I noticed from playing this straight off the bat, from like coming off of straight off of X-Men Destinies onto playing this, that the your bulk standard enemies that you face off the ground and stuff like that are actually take a lot more punches and a lot more kicks to defeat than they do in other games. Yep, hold triangle to grab them, launch them in the air, and then loads of squares, punch them in the air, no chance for them to block, because a lot of these guys have shields and it becomes quite hard to block them. Of course, wouldn't be Spider-Man if you didn't have the web slinger abilities. And when you've got multiple enemies like this shooting at you, what you want to do is lay down your target, and then everyone will shoot at your target, and you can just go beat these guys up. Web sling one of them down, and then go after the other one. It's just... games like this is like... quite often people mistake them with like button bashers, and don't get me wrong, they are button bashers to a certain extent, but you do kind of like have to, at the same time there's an element of strategizing to it, where say you've got like 5-foot enemies and 2 gunners. Before you even start attacking the foot enemies, you're going to want to take down the 2 gunners at the back, because otherwise they are just going to light you up. So, I mean, obviously some of that just goes without saying, but you do need to think some of this stuff through sometimes. And that's why you can expect there's going to be a lot of battle scenes coming up later on where I may just stop flat out talking, because you need to think stuff through while you're doing these battles, as you will get put down your butt. I'm going to say the bosses and the enemies I found are a lot more difficult in this than normal.
Peter Parker.
Who's that? Who's talking?
Miguel O'Hara, the Spider-Man from 2099.
Are the other me's in my head too?
No, it's just me and you, old-timer. I threw together a chronal link program using a sample of your DNA. It's allowing me to communicate with you at the point in time it was taken. I just wish it was from earlier on. We have almost no time.
Time until what?
Until you're killed.
Until I'm what now? Because it kind of sounded like you said kill.
Listen, a lunatic named Walker Sloan from 2099 created a time gateway. It was a one-way trip that dumped him sometime in the 1970s. He then used his advanced knowledge to build Alchemax, years before it was supposed to be established, transforming your world and mine.
But I work for Alchemax. You're saying that's somehow wrong?
Completely. At this point in time, you earn a living taking news pictures for J. Jonah Jameson.
The late-night ranting TV news guy? Forget it.
You can't forget it.
Where does this so-called death happen?
Sloane's building another gateway on the 66th floor, so he can finally travel back and forth. I saw you being killed, right there.
By who?
I couldn't make it out. It doesn't matter. Get out of the building.
So a crazed killer can wander around the building without me to stop him? No way. Besides, if I find this guy somewhere else, then I'm invincible, because I can only die at the gateway, right?
It's not an exact science, Parker.
Meaning what?
You want to spend an hour getting a crash course on temporal physics? No? Then do what I say.
You've got a lot to learn about priorities, pal. I'm gonna do what I think is right, and that means going after bad guys. You want a Spider-Man who'll do whatever you want? Go play a video game.
Oh, we broke the fourth wall again.
What was that?
I don't know, but I'm about to go find out anyway.
Spider sense.
Nope, maybe I shouldn't have.
Eddie Brock? Anti-Venom? He's the one gunning for me? But he's reformed.
Hostile intruder detected in sector AC-78.
Oh, groovy. And if you press your Spidey sense down, they will tell you where to go and all that jazz that I explained to you just now. And it also tells you when there is a locked door, who is holding the key that get you through it. 'Cause in this game, it isn't one of those games where you need to defeat all the enemies to get through. You only really need to defeat the guy you need to defeat, and then you can ignore everyone else. And at some points in the game, that's highly suggested. But anyway, as you can see here, the Amazing Spider-Man can use his spider sense to detect enemies through structures or identify those holding security keys, and known by instinct by the way to its next objective. I totally butchered that, but anyway. Talking of butchering, let's finish this guy off. There we go, got his key. And as you can see, the little golden spider thingy is going off, which means there is a spider around for me to grab. Luckily for me, I just happen to know where it is already. Huzzah. Look at that. And these little spiders things are used to get upgrades and stuff like that. And that little thing I picked up before, that's just a handy dandy little bit of reading for me to read when the inner nerd comes out of me when I've completed the game, and wall crawling as this guy is a pain in the butt. But yeah, so if I press down, Spidey sense tells me where all the enemies are, and it tells me where the exit is. So let's enter the key and let's get through this door, because I'm going to try and find my death apparently.
Wait, what did you say? I can't hear you.
We need to work out the kinks of this time travel communications thing if it's gonna have any hope of catching on.
Parker, focus on what's important.
I am, which is why I'm heading up to the 66th floor. If that's where we're supposed to butt heads, maybe I could draw him out en route. I'm gonna go look for an elevator.
Do you want to die?
Of course not. I want to run away even less.
Do 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 do. So, just gonna go through and try and collect as many of these points, because if you can collect as many of these while the game's underway, and I don't even know how I'm supposed to be getting those ones. While this game's underway, then I fell down. Oh, I fell down again. Oh, Jesus, there's a man down here. Well, you're gonna get your butt kicked. Unluckily for you, I fell down right in front of your face. Yeah, collect as many of these Why do I keep saying connect? Collect as many of these as you can right off the bat, because later on in the game, you're going to be needing to upgrade. Some boss fights I found are literally only doable if you upgrade your powers. And I keep falling off. Stop jumping like that. If you upgrade your powers enough to be able to beat them. But yeah, I think I've grabbed enough of them for the time being. Let's go down and whoop some guys' butt. Where are we supposed to be going? That door over there. Nope. Yeah, I'll kick his butt just because why not, right? And there you go. If you stick on your little Spidey boost thing, just like the 2099 or 2099 or whatever you want to say, Spider-Man has a little. Oh Jesus! Didn't want to do that just yet. Didn't want to do that yet. Yeah, be careful you don't press circle near those doors. You will get your butt lit up while you're trying to beat the rest of these guys. But yeah, just like the 2099, Spider-Man has the ability to leave a little decoy. Spider-Man just moves ridiculously fast, which basically means that, again, whereas in the other one they'll go for the decoy, in this one they will just like miss you flat out. Which I don't know, I think it's dependent on which one you personally like. I think it's his personal preference, but they both do a good enough job. I mean, this Spider-Man's one is pretty good because he's literally unhittable when he does that, but then as long as you're not a complete dunce, or whatever, you can't get hit when the 2099 Spider-Man's doing it either. But anywho, apparently according to this there is another spider around here somewhere, so I'm going to quickly go and look for it, because, what can I say, I've got a slight case of OCD, I have to find all this stuff. Let me web grab up there. No, okay, just do that then, be a pain in the butt. Where's this spider at? Where is it at? It's up here somewhere, I know it is. Up top maybe? No, because there is one around here somewhere. There it is. Anyway, let's move on. Because while the game's pretty easy, I want to collect as many of them as I can, because those upgrades are the ones that matter.
Eddie, for crying out loud, you're not a killer anymore.
Warn you.
Shock. What happened?
The elevator I'm in just changed into a closet.
Rock just tried to kill me with an elevator. Weird coincidence.
Maybe not.
Wait, what? Something I did here had an effect on you in 2099? It's impossible.
Well, theoretically, it's not. The idea is called quantum causality. The two gateways created a link between our times.
Like a wormhole through the fourth dimension.
Right. Normally changing the past just creates an alternate timeline. But thanks to the wormhole, what you do there affects my time, and vice versa.
So I can change things here, now, that can immediately change things in the future? That's amazing. Spectacular, even.
But, for a moment, indulge me while I get my inner geek on. But if anyone that used to watch Spider-Man back in the 90s, then you may recognise right now that the guy doing Spider-Man's voice... Oh, crud. Didn't mean to do that. The one doing... I'm just going to say Miguel's voice instead of constantly saying 2099. The one doing Miguel's voice is, in fact, I believe... Oh, God, what am I doing? I haven't looked it up, but as far as I can tell, that is the... Oh, my God, come on! That is the one who did the voice for Spider-Man in the 90s TV series for Spider-Man. As far as I can tell, it sounds identical to him. I haven't actually looked it up, but I'm pretty certain that's who it is. And that guy I thought was a great voice actor for the Spider-Man in the cartoon. And since I grew up watching that cartoon, it just made this game seem even better, because he just does the voice of Spider-Man so well. But I mean, the one who does the Peter Parker of like present in the one I'm playing right now, he doesn't do too bad a job. But the one who does Miguel's voice, he did a brilliant job in the cartoon, and I think he does a brilliant job in this game as well. Anyway, grab all these power points while I can, and let's make my way up there. That didn't sound good. Oh, there we go. That's where I'm going.
The security system has all the entrances blocked. I gotta come back here after I take out the security mainframe.
Parker, my path to the 66th floor is blocked by some kind of force field.
Welcome to my world.